Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó lè dúdú. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó lè dúdú. Mayegun ti dé ọ̀rẹ́ lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. Welcome back to those who were with us earlier. It is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me again. Remember, before we all get soaked into this, please share the broadcast after you've liked it. Read the caption or read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast and invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell every one of them as you are sharing, as you are sharing this, right? The attached message will be Mayegun today.
Lórí Facebook, Mayegun today. And yes, you like it. Lórí YouTube, and yes,
a fake northern group, like the fake bishops, they have issued a statement as if to say they are actually relevant. That they are pulling out of the protest because they want everybody to go and support Tinubu's reform. I wish somebody asked them, can you explain the Tinubu's reform? Remember that time we used to actually list those to be invited. During the time of the Buharidins, the Buhari Didiris, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus. Tell all of them. Motide, sorry for the late start. Good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us this moment. It is Mayegun and live. The trending conversation in Nigeria is the failing, illegitimate Tinubu's regime that want to do everything possible to stop a nationwide protest, because the fear is that they do not have the clue of those who are organizing this or mobilizing this, except for the social media. But in the last 2 weeks, the mobilization for the national protest or northern protest, where it all kicked off from, after a long time of persuasion and silence. So they decided that they can no longer take this pain. Unfortunately, there's nothing Tinubu can do. The rogues that captured Nigeria did not consider the consequences of what hunger could probably lead to. And now, the most they believe they could do to stop any national protest in Nigeria to them is to give you food. So northern Nigeria in the last 2 weeks have been so vociferous, ferocious, especially their young people, especially the young people. So that let's be specific. Where they believe that they can no longer listen to their political class or their elite anymore. Somehow, with the recent development in Kenya, some of them have decided that they were going to actually eat the street until, I don't know. So they listed out a 10-day protest that they called Phase 1. And then it went viral on social media. It became the talking point that the Tinubu's government had to recruit some clerics in northern Nigeria to go talk to them. Don't listen to any protest, okay? Number one, it is morally wrong. You did not protest when Bukwari was there, so don't join them. When that didn't work, they decided to go tribal. Same Islamic jihadist cleric of northern Nigeria. So they went tribal. I played the video here the other day. Blame the people that consistently saying they would not be part of anything there because we were not expecting anything from this druggie, the Igbos. That also has failed. So they unleashed the DSS to go after few identified promoters of this end bad governance in Nigeria. So they managed to pick 2 of them. And right now we have been told that there are other people that are suddenly going missing in northern Nigeria. We are not just sure if they are linked to the planned protest. In northern Nigeria, they have done jingles. It is actually what they are talking about there. Those who are against it and those who are in support. But nobody could really pinpoint and say, this is the organizer, or this group is the one, or that group. Even Sheikh Osama bin Gumi had to make a U-turn this morning by saying that they should postpone the protest. So there's so many voices. All of these are coming from the pressure of Tinubu because to them, they can handle the Southerners. Once they shoot few of them, they will walk away. But if you shoot 2 or 3 of them in northern Nigeria, it can escalate. It could be something else. So everybody is trying to kind of play it safe, but aggressively so. Then one random group called what is it called again? NEGA. The full meaning is the Northern Ethnic Youth Group Assembly. Like the fake bishop that endorsed Muslim ticket for shitty man. So another faceless youth group has issued a statement that the leadership newspaper of Nigeria published. Northern group withdraw from the national protest and advised Nigerians to support Tinubu on his reforms. So, ladies and gentlemen, the rider looks somehow like inviting somehow, but I am here to tell you that except those who are possibly going to want to also rub their own egos, or those who are positioning themselves to share in the 500 million naira that Tinubu mobilized to northern Nigeria, the clerics have collected their own 16 million naira each. Now only 4 of them came out to even deliver the message. Others, they swallowed the message. They never delivered them. So if you have out of 10 clerics that collected 16 million, especially those Izala movement, that jihadist group, right? So they have a lead, they have one of them, right, that said the protest is being organized by the Igbos. okay, in order to add a tribal sort of a tone into it because of 16 million naira. So you still have you still have about 340 million that I believe they haven't really shared. There are people who are positioning themselves in northern Nigeria. There are those who are positioning themselves in southern Nigeria. Can you help us cause trouble? Are you ready to work for Ashiwaju? Are you ready to work? We'll give you 10,000 naira. We want to go and get, we don't want any protest. Do you want protest? Say, 10,000 naira. I don't want protest too. Let's go. So there are people who are kind of positioning themselves, and they are giving themselves these random, useless, different titles. And they will tell you, Southern group, Yoruba Parapọ̀ group says no protest. Everyone is positioning themselves for this money. And they are actually the people that are championing violence. They are the one. Abi, who are those threatening all of you when you talk about going out there to demand that the government must do their this, must do their that? Who are those threatening you? Then burn you will come out. We'll just kill you. Come out. We'll kill you. We'll attack you. We'll do this or that. Not you who want to say you want to go out there and demand that people, even if you didn't support him, or if you believe that he didn't even win election. But right now he's parading himself as the president of Nigeria, which simply means everything he does affects you negatively or positively. In this case, mostly it's negative. Look at Nigeria. So if you have to force the hand to do the right thing, great. It is still your right, Abi. But who are those who are telling you that you shouldn't? Who are those who are accusing you that you want to come and cause trouble when you are not even making any threat of trouble? The supporters of APC, they are the ones who are threatening you. But yet they are also accusing you of wanting to burn Nigeria. They say you want to come and burn Nigeria. You want to come and burn Lagos. You want to come and burn properties. Meanwhile, your demands are very clear. None of them says, if you don't give us this, we will burn Nigeria. None of them. Revert petrol to 100 naira. Combating security and hunger. Close all IDP camps and resettle the campus. Total electoral reform and an independent probe into the electoral budget of 355 billion. Immediate release of all NSAS protesters still in detention. Implementation of living wage, minimum of 300,000. Compulsory free education from primary to secondary school. Education grants at tertiary level. Children of all public office holders must attend public schools in the country. Government must patronize made in Nigerian goods. Transition to a unilateral legislature. Judicial and constitutional reform. Which of these call for violence? Which of these messages or demand says, we will kill all of you if you don't do this thing? Which of them? But yet, who are those threatening you that if them burn you will come out? Who? The people that are accusing you that you want to come and burn, they are the ones who are telling you that we'll kill you. If they burn your papa well. If they burn you well, yeah, come out. You go see waiting go up. Who are those saying that to you? The people hired by the supposed government of a country. And if anybody, any group comes out and say, we are pulling out, you are not speaking for anybody. You are just positioning yourself for whatever money they need to share. So that somehow you can help participate in what we can call organized violence against the citizens. Yes, please. Somebody should type that in the comments. I want to put it on the screen. Okay? Nigeria government is organizing violence against their own citizens that are demanding for good governance. Yes, that is exactly what they are doing. And that's why they will accuse you. And you'll be wondering, no, that's not why. It's because of this. I will say, no, that is why. Then if you said, no, that is not why, they say, but some people want to hijack it. Who want to hijack it? And them. And that is why if you make it if all of their threats, all of their blackmail, gaslighting, if you manage to hold on and none of them gets to you, and you get to your day one, and you manage to come out, and you get to your day two, right? What you are demanding for will even benefit those that are telling you that if they burn you where you should come out. If they, you mustn't come out. You mustn't stand and there demand for what is right. If you get it, they are going to benefit from it. But majority of them are waiting to be paid in order to truncate that. Is that not what it is right there now, right? But one thing is that Tinubu and his gang, they are not getting it. But it is always good for everybody to flex their muscles. A little bit of panic within the house themselves, where the criminal politicians themselves are, even though they have, you can easily tell that they've completely lost, what do you call it, any idea of what to do, right? But you can see the panic in the air. So the government is panicking. And then the government is hiring people to help them spread panic and fear among people who are asking them to do their job. Do you understand that now? So you know what will happen? The government, the people who are supposed to be government, if they indeed were elected and they have connection to the people, right? So they would have felt it. Somehow they would have started making adjustments before things get to this level. But because they were never elected, okay, these are a bunch of criminals that captured Nigeria through a civilian coup, electoral coup. Now they grabbed it. They have no idea what to do with it. So they are panicking on the side, but they are pretending to be strong outside. If they burn you well, you will see. Oh yeah, let us go and show force. This is just a show of fear. When you see them moving military vehicles or policemen dressing like they are going to Congo, it is not show of courage. It is show of fear. And in the midst of that fear, they will make mistake. And when they make that mistake, irreversible mistake, that will be the end of Solomon Grundy. Yeah? Let me show you some.
Mr. Speaker, I first of all want to align myself with the previous speakers. And also, Mr. Speaker, I want to make a passionate appeal to Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We all believe that he has a very good plan for this country. His policies is a long-term plan for this country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we need a very short-term plan, considering the emergency situation we're in. We are not praying, Mr. Speaker, if we allow this protest to take place or escalate, Mr. Speaker, we don't know where it stops. Mr. Speaker, just now, we cut our salaries. Mr. Speaker, I want to appeal to executive to do so, from Mr. President to Vice President to ministers to chief executive officers of MDS and parastatals. Let's all of us cut our salaries, put the money in government copper, provide short-term solutions to this problem, Mr. Speaker. People are hungry outside, Mr. Speaker. Even if it warrants to slash the cost of petroleum, revert back the hike of electricity, Mr. Speaker. Provide food, Mr. Speaker, for the people. If we can be able to provide this short-term plans, Mr. Speaker, I believe these young Nigerians will be ready to surrender and decline this planned protest, Mr. Speaker. This is my point, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Anarchy loans.
It's making some sense there. Tinubu no get sense. People around him are a bunch of criminals. Do you know that if you don't have criminal record, you can't work for Tinubu? Any of you know that? Yeah, if you don't have any criminal record, convicted or settled, you can't work for Tinubu. You can't trust you closer to him. On Ofunuga, the long throat, that said Peter Obi is the one, or Peter Obi and IPOB are the ones organizing the protest. He is a criminal. a thief actually. A story for another time, so that I don't deviate away from what we are, right? Here is another documented rant to remind everybody that even within them,
whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, we are leaders in this country. We have a responsibility. God will ask us, one after the other, what did you do as a senator? What did you do as a senator? I'm not a pastor or a malam, but I'm just reminding us what we know, and maybe that will touch our conscience. You can't start hiding under party or anything. We are leaders that are entrusted by our people to come and speak on their behalf. Not only speaking on their behalf, to do anything constitutional. And we know that why government is there is security and welfare of its citizens. I said last time, Mr. President, and we closely took the resolutions, and it's another week now. We cannot continue like this. We have to tell ourselves the truth. We have to stop talking to cameras and then, like more or less, people will start thinking that we are just grandstanding. We should sit down within ourselves and say it as it is and take appropriate actions. Mr. President, if you have any problem with that, allow the Senate to do it. We understand your position. You're in a difficult position. But let me tell you, Mr. President, God will ask you. Wallahi. So, Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President. Maybe that will help me. But that's not a joke. Wallahi, we need to. Enough is enough of this. Enough is enough of us coming here to stand and talk. Even the one I'm saying now, when it will not matter. But it can. This is not the end. The Constitution is clear. It did not limit what we can do. The limit, we have not reached the limit. Let us consider it and see if we have to go further. And you must lead.
Anarchy loans. Anarchy loans.
That too, instead of going in that place to be grandstanding, approving loans after loans, devaluing Nigerian naira, devaluing Nigeria economy, destroying jobs and businesses, destroying people's finances, destroying people's health. How about you start the process of impeaching Tinubu and Hitty Man and yourself, Akpabiole? Just like, just sack yourselves, kind of, just sack and just walk away. But they won't do that, other than just that for the camera too. But it's on record, okay? Some of them can tell. We can't continue like this, and that is the facts. Even if they want you to continue like this, even if you think you have no power, that you have to continue like this, you can't. You can't. If they haven't pushed you to your wall yet, maybe somebody is still there blocking you. They will push you. I told we're having a chat with, again, yesterday I was with my friends. And I said, do you know why people sometimes don't know the type of mess they are in Nigeria? That you went to school and you have no real job. Or you have a job, but you can't really take care of yourself, talk less of taking care of another person's daughter. If you understand the type of mess you are, but people don't feel them. Back then, like if you say 10 years or 5 years ago, the reason why majority of you didn't feel this heat much was because there were still people that were carrying out the way we have Nigerians in the diaspora. taking up bills. There were Nigerians inside Nigeria, the MVPs. Inside that same Nigeria, they see they carry responsibility of God knows how many people.